guess we'll start off with work our way back
Let's
around.
do it.
So my first question, man, is we're gonna get more into more of those transformations.
Oh, we're getting it.
Yeah,
We're getting it season 4.
And, I've noticed, it could be budget and whatever, stuff like that, but a lot of the transformations happen off screen, and we're going to see more of that metamorphosis on camera.
Well, we'll get a hybrid. We're going to get some metamorphosis on camera. We're going to get some changes on camera. But budget is always kind of the Achilles heel of Beast Boy. It's a difficult character to do. We've seen other green CGI characters kind of be laughed at on the internet, but also praised. No shade in that direction, but you want to do it well. And we have examples of doing it well and not doing it well. This season, the visual effects team did a phenomenal job. Shout out to Gunnar, our visual effects guys. He brings a level of attention to detail that VFX artists don't always do. He's not being rushed. He's allowed the time, he's given the resources to really honor each character, what their powers look like, and how they would translate in our world. Because they're not going to be as comic book in tone as like Teen Titans animated series, but how they would look in the real world. And yeah, shout out to Gunnar, our VFX guy, and everybody on his team. Thank you.
Are you able to do any of your own stunts?
Yes, I have. I started with martial arts at a young age, and I've been doing screen fighting for 14 years now. It's, I think, one of the reasons I'm getting hired in this industry is I'm able to do, I would say, 95% of my own stunts. That 5% is left up to professionals like Chris March, Travis Wong, Jay Kwang, Steve Terada, Emerson Wong. Forgetting some folks. If I am, I apologize. But those guys come in and do some of the really technical, meticulous moves that I'm incapable of doing. But the majority of the fights, that is me. I like going in for rehearsal. I like making sure that I am seen as much as possible in those fights, because there's nothing worse than being excited for a fight and cutting to wides and knowing that the stunt double's doing all the work, but that's not to take away from what the work that stunt doubles do, because frankly they can do superhuman things that no actor can do. There's Keanu Reeves can do some stuff, Jackie Chan can do some stuff, but even their capability goes to a degree, and that's when you need people who are devoted to this craft of stunt work and physical understanding. It's a craft. It's an art form, and they're professionals in their own field.
Hi. What can you tell us about Gar's journey this season?
Gar's journey, it's phenomenal. He has a lot of baggage, a lot of trauma from the previous 3 seasons that he's able to really unpack this season. He does a lot of internal work. He's always kind of been the shoulder to cry on, but also he's been the one crying on shoulders. He is the one who leads with a smile, a joke, a hug, and his whole ethos is compassion. What he offers the team is free counseling and therapy, dad jokes that are unwarranted and no one wants, and morale that the team otherwise wouldn't have in these dark circumstances. And that kind of caregiver role comes to fruition and comes full circle when he focuses those efforts on himself. And the work required to really heal, put trauma to rest, to evolve out of old narratives, it requires a lot of internal reflection. It requires a lot of growth. It requires being honest with yourself and having a desire to change. And his power is all about evolution, change, being able to embody an entirely different persona and physical form. So we wanted to kind of take that power, but also still tell the human's version of that power, the human story, which is him evolving his emotional state through real deep internal work.
Piggybacking off of that question, 'cause that was a very deep answer, and looks like you put a lot of thought into the character. Has any of that deep thought and creative endeavor flowed over into your real life and how you deal
Absolutely. I mean, I think post 2020, one of the things that we should be championing more than any other thing is mental health. I mean, how many of the world's issues could be solved if we were responsible individually for taking care of our mental health, and then as a family, and then as a community, and then as a nation, and then as a planet. But it still trickles down from self. And I've been on this journey with this character for quite some time now. Greg Sipes kind of put me onto this path of understanding a little bit higher consciousness through veganism and trying not to revert to the most primal of functions, and that has led me down numerous hermetic paths of finding wisdom and knowledge that I savor in my personal life, that then has helped to inform the performance and some of the content that I flesh out with Gar's storyline this season. But yeah, I think the internal work and self-work, changing past habits and narrative is important for growth as a whole. So that is the through line for Gar this season.
Thank you.
Thank you all.